The number keeps changing. People are waiting, and then they're not waiting, which is interesting. So how's everybody doing tonight? We really appreciate everybody joining us.
Hi Jeff. Hi Dan. Glad to see y'all. Where are you right now, Jeff? If you don't mind telling us.
Yeah, Jeff, not dead yet. He's always traveling. He's a slow traveler, right? I assume you're.
I wouldn't say slow travel. He's a traveler. I think you have to stay in a place for like 3 months to be considered a slow traveler.
Is that the rule?
I don't know what the rule is.
Is there like
he moves fast.
An official designation?
Are you a medium traveler?
Yeah.
Medium speed.
Chime in, Jeff, and let us know what your
travel speed
methodology is. Yeah. Slow travel has always been something that has fascinated Andrea and I, and we've talked about maybe doing that at some point in the future. It would be a cool way to experience life. So
yeah, we're thinking about our life after after Jesse moves away, what that might look like for us, and slow traveling is something that we've kicked around a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like Aliaz is here. Hey,
good to see you. Aliaz, how are you? And hello, Michelle.
Michelle, good to see you.
And Jeff is apparently in Kuala Lumpur. So,
oh wow!
Yeah, awesome. I bet that's exciting. I bet there's good food there.
Oh, I could imagine.
We're going to talk a little bit about food in today's live stream. So yeah.
Alessi Scrabble Buddies with us. Good to see you again.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. The numbers are coming up a little bit, so very exciting to have you all here tonight. We don't have that much to talk about. We've been busy. We haven't had some things going on in our personal life, and we don't have a whole lot. We'll talk a little bit about that, life updates, and related to that, the medical system here in Albania, and then we'll get into American food in Albania, which has been an interesting experience here. It has some very positive and some very negative. It just depends on what you're looking for. So, it'll probably be a pretty short night for us, but yeah. So
we'll just see where the conversation takes us.
Where it takes us. So we'll start with some life updates, and so those of you who have been following my residency permit odyssey, I have a residency permit here in Albania. But I've had to go through the process to get it renewed, and it's a lot of steps. But good news, apparently the initial paperwork has been approved, and now I need to put together. And it's basically, this is through email, so you go through the Albania portal, you submit all your stuff, and then they reject some of it, and you resubmit, and you kind of go back and forth until they're happy with everything you've submitted, and they tell you, okay, we're pretty happy with this, but now you need to present us with all the actual documents. So that means I'm going to have to run around and get a few things printed off. Some of it has to be original, some of it can be copies. So tomorrow I'll probably go into town, print off some of these documents, gather the rest of the documents. I also have to have a photo of myself. It's a very specific size. Everything has to be very specific, right?
They're very particular.
They're very particular. So get all that bundled together, and then hopefully on Tuesday, I'll go to Korcha and submit it to the immigration office, and then they'll probably give it a quick review while I'm there, because the immigration officer there now knows us, and she's been very helpful. And
we've been here so many times.
It's such a process. So,
can I tell them about the first time we walked in?
Please. Yeah.
So this is so funny. So we went to Korcha to go to the immigration office. My very first time going to the immigration office, I walk in there, my second time in Korcha, and the lady looks up at me and she says, Andrea, and she said my last name, and then she looked at you and she said your name, and we were just kind of like, like, how do you, like, she recognized us as soon as we walked in. We live like 45 minutes away, and it was just kind of an odd experience to walk in and be recognized.
Well, we were on Top Channel.
We were on Top Channel.
You may have seen us on Top Channel, which is a big TV station here in Albania.
And that's kind of our running joke, is that we like to pretend we're celebrities because we were on Top Channel for 20 minutes once.
It was more like 25 minutes. Like, I mean, we're basically like hosting a show over there. maybe at some point that'd be great. I should send them an application and see if I can find some work with Top Channel or any of the other Clan or any of the other Albanian networks here.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Sorry for cutting off your story, but
no.
It was so funny.
It's fine. It's great. So hopefully Tuesday I'll be taking a trip to Korcha and submitting their documents, and the immigration officer, who definitely knows who we are, she'll probably give it a quick review just to make sure everything's okay. So we do get special treatment. Normally they just take it and they're like, thanks, and then if it's no good, then that's your problem. But she'll probably go through it like she did with yours when we submitted it, and just make sure everything looks good, and then that'll get packaged up. She'll put her stamp on it, and then that'll go to Tirana, and then another bureaucrat will go through it and make sure that everything is good. And then at that point, if they're happy with everything, they'll contact me. And when I did my original permit, I had to go submit all my biometric data. So basically, I had to go to the immigration office, get fingerprinted and photographed for my permit. They already have my fingerprints, but I might have to get a new photograph for the new permit card. We'll see how that goes. And then once that's done, it'll probably be about 2 weeks before the actual card is done. So I'm not out of the woods yet, but making progress and pretty excited that I'm almost done. It's always kind of and I'm up against the wall. Like, my permit expires on the 9th, so. The lawyer tells me because the process is in process that I'm okay, but it's a little nerve wracking. You just I own a home here and everything. It's like, oh my God, if it ever gets rejected, like what do I do? So that can be a little bit scary, but there's no reason for it to be. I've never committed any crimes, and I'm a good citizen. So yeah. So hopefully everything goes smoothly.
I kind of went through that too, where my application went in pretty much last minute, and I ended up overstaying. But because it was in process and we were working with a lawyer, they said I was okay. And during that period where my temporary had technically expired before I got my actual permit. But even though they said I was okay, I was still really uncomfortable until I finally got approved. Yeah, we were careful not to cross any borders because you just don't know.
So Michelle wants to know if the documents are all the same as the ones I initially submitted. Mostly. There was a few things I didn't have to do again, but they, uploaded. And to be honest with you, I'm not even entirely sure because I just gave the lawyer pretty much everything I had from last time. And she came back to me and said there's a couple of things that needed to be changed. So I needed to update my property certificate. So that's a little caveat. So even though, and this is one of those things, like, I mean, they're the government. They know they're the ones with the certificate I have to get it from. But they want me to, like, go get a new property certificate. And it has to be no older than 6 months, which is kind of, so the government wants me to submit a property document that comes from the government, even though they have those right. I don't understand this, but
communication isn't the strongest always. You got to get it from one entity to the next.
So I had to go get a new property document, and I had to resubmit my banking paperwork, which is just their way of determining whether or not you have the funds to live here. So I don't just come here with no money and then I don't know what you do. But, they want to make sure you have enough money to sustain yourself while you're here. So I had to get an update on my bank account, have that stamped, and have the bank officially show that it's an official banking document. These are my accounts, and this is the money that's in there. I had to get a new property document. Other than that, I'm not sure. Like I said, I just resubmitted. I gave my lawyer all the stuff from last time. I don't know what parts of that she actually had to put into the application. So that's just how it is. But it's moving forward, and I'm really excited about that. Dan wants to know how long is it good for. We're trying to get my lawyer is lobbying for me to get a 5-year permit, so I don't have to keep doing this every year. And we hear different things from different immigration officials. Some say that that's not a problem. Others say that, oh no, you have, it's a 1 year and you have to renew it every year. We'll find out. I'll know more. I probably won't know until I actually get the card and it'll have the expiration date on it. So I paid for the 5-year permit, but
didn't you pay for the 5-year permit the first time?
I did pay for the 5-year permit.
So this is the second time.
So this is the second time I've paid, a lot more money for a longer, permit. But like fingers crossed, knock on wood. Hopefully I'll get the 5-year, and then technically after 4 years. I mean, after 5 years total, I've already been here for a year. So 4 years from now, if I have that permit, then I can apply for citizenship, which is my goal, which I'd really like to do, and hopefully that's possible. I know right now there's some congressmen trying to eliminate dual citizenship for U.S. citizens, but let's hope that he's not successful in that. Government's always messing with me, so they wouldn't make things difficult unnecessarily.
Hi, Spider Webster. Glad you're with us. Spider Webster says, "Good to hear someone in the immigration office recognizes you in a positive way."
Yes, yeah,
for sure.
They're very nice.
Yeah, they have been quite helpful.
Nothing but positive things to say. Really, some nice people over there in the Cordia immigration office. So
yeah, for sure. Spider Webster says the U.S. does stuff like that as well. For instance, they generally know how much tax you owe, but we have to pay for tax software instead of getting an invoice.
Yeah, you have to do your purity test every year and fill out the forms, which they had changed that actually 2 years ago. They had made it so that you could go on and most of your form was already pre-filled out. And I won't get into the politics, but the new administration has eliminated that. So now we're back to you have to do everything yourself, and you have this purity test. Even though the government knows how much you owe them, it's it's really dumb. Yeah. So what else do we have?
No additional questions. Going back a little bit, Jeff says, "I'm a hungry bear traveler. I look for the easy, cheap opportunities and do that," because we were talking about whether he's a fast traveler or a slow traveler.
Have you been to Bulgaria yet, Jeff? That's one of the places I had considered trying to move to. It looks like a beautiful country, and it's pretty inexpensive, or at least it used to be. And really like to get over there and explore. So,
what made you not choose Bulgaria?
It's an EU country, and then immigration is even harder, more difficult. Yeah. So that's one of the rough things about trying to move to a different country. It's never easy. Albania isn't easy either, but it's considerably easier than other countries, and that owes to the really nice and warm relationship the United States has with Albania and vice versa. So we're Albania and America, we're good friends, and Albania gives us an awful lot of extra privileges they don't give to other nationalities. So we're very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really grateful to Albania. Jeff says, "That is on my spring list this year, I hope." Oh, awesome. Looking forward to seeing your videos about it, Jeff.
Dan says, "The bill to eliminate dual citizenship would cause Trump's wife and son would have to be deported. He might sign it." Oh, actually, I don't think it would, because I think they're also U.S. citizens. All they would do, what it would require them to do is I believe, what's Trump's wife's name? It's
Melania.
Melania, thank you. I believe she's either Slovenian or Slovakian. So the way the law is written is she will just have to, brain's not working right now.
Forfeit.
She would have, thank you. She would have to forfeit. That's not the word, but it's the same thing. She'd have to forfeit her Slovenian or Slovakian citizenship.
I'm here for the words.
She's Slovenian, yeah. So basically, if she's a dual citizenship, they're going to try and force people to decide say, hey, do you want to be Slovenian or do you want to be a U.S. citizen? And you got to pick. So renounce. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Spider Webster. We'll get you through this.
Yeah. That's the thing about doing things live. Normally when I do my videos, everything is scripted, and you can
cut out the brain farts.
I write everything out first, and then doing it on the fly is a little bit different. So so that's the law. I mean, it hasn't passed. I don't think it will pass, but these are some of the things that if you ever consider immigrating or, doing what I'm doing, where I'd really like to obtain an Albanian citizenship as well. These are things that can happen along the way. A year ago, this wasn't an issue, and now all of a sudden, some congressman wants to grandstand and make life harder on regular people, and that's how it is.
Alia says, my acquaintance went to high school with her.
Oh, yeah, I remember him telling me that.
More
That's
coffee.
right.
Jeff thinks you need more coffee.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff.
I do too. Dan said, I think Slovenia is one of those countries that doesn't allow you to renounce citizenship. Oh, interesting.
Oh, that would be really interesting. Yeah.
Alessi Scrabble Buddy, I really hope it doesn't pass. I'm exploring citizenship by descent options right now.
Yeah, and obviously, I don't know what the numbers are, but I think it's over 10% of American citizens have citizenship in a different country, or at least qualify for it. So it's just one of these things. The government comes around and they take our money with taxes, and then they make our lives hard. Hopefully, it doesn't pass. I don't think it will pass. I think there'll be too much resistance to it, but you never know. It's strange times, so we'll see.
Michelle says she also wants Albanian citizenship.
Yay, Michelle. So,
Michelle.
Hopefully in a few years we can apply together, right?
You have to know the language.
I have to know the language, yeah. Oh.
You missed class.
I missed class today, which if we don't have any more questions, I'll move on to the next thing, because that kind of it's a good segue. Okay. So I missed class this morning because I'm suffering from metatarsalgia. So I guess it was last week you and I went on a long walk to Tushanis, which is it's part of Pogradec, but it's a little bit separated. It's a village a bit south of town, actually a bit east of town, really close to the Macedonian border. And I was having some pain in my foot, and just powered through it. The next day kind of went away, but by the end of the day it was sore again. And basically after a couple of days of me not resting it got really inflamed to the point where I could not walk. Like going from the couch to the bathroom was a real chore. So rested it for a few days, and then decided that we really needed to seek professional help for it. I had this problem before in my other foot, and it took a really long time to heal. So I decided it would be in my best interest to get to a professional. Not to mention the fact that I was bumming on Andrea's couch, and she was like waiting on me hand and foot, and feeding me and taking care of me, which was extremely sweet, and I'm very appreciative of that. I'm very lucky to have you in my life. So it's like, this is something that has to get handled. So talk a little bit about dealing with medical problems in Albania, because you had a gastrointestinal problem that you had to deal with, and I've had this foot problem.
And I've also had the back problems.
And the back problems, right.
Yeah, so I have nothing but good things to say about the private medical care here in Albania. It has been a really good experience for me. So I had an ulcer a couple months ago, and was able to, once I decided that I wanted to get care, I was able to just make a phone call, get in right away. Like, they would have let me in, I think, the next day, but I scheduled it out because we had to go to Tirana. And they just let me know ahead of time, don't eat before your appointment, because they're going to recommend all testing and do it that day if possible. So there was no primary care doctor needed, no referral, no back and forth, no like, oh, well, let's get this test first and then come back a different day for this test. We went in, I told them what my problems were. She made 3 recommendations for a comprehensive blood test, an endoscope, and
biopsy.
A biopsy. God, there was something else. But anyway, and they just did it. I mean, we were in and out of there in like 2.5 hours.
It may have been more like 3.5. But
I mean, they put me to sleep and everything.
Yeah, it was quick and comprehensive.
Quick. And it was a nice office.
It was a nice office.
It was a really good experience, and it was all that testing combined was
500.
No, it was less than that. It was 500 total with the cab ride.
I think it was over 500 because I paid the bill while you were asleep.
It was around 500.
Yeah, it was about euros. So also consider, you can add a 20% onto that with the drop of the dollar.
I thought I remembered that when I did the whole total, like with the cab ride and everything, it was under $600.
No, it was. We also had to pay for the biopsy.
Biopsy was
another
70
something. Yeah. So
yeah. But it was super affordable compared to the U.S. And again, I tried dealing with gastrointestinal problems in the U.S. and it's like you have to take off work, schedule an appointment, see your doctor, they make you go on a medication for a month, and then you have to come back, tell them it didn't work, and then they recommend you to go to the GI doctor, then you go to do a consultation with the GI doctor, then he sends you out for testing, and then you come back for results, and then it's just this back and forth. It takes so much time, it takes so much money, it's so inefficient, and it's expensive.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the American medical system is a complete ripoff and scam. It's a major shit show. And keep in mind too that we're talking about private health here in Albania.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did try to do the public thing once.
Yeah.
Twice.
I mean, from different things. You've had a good and bad experience with public health. So we went into the emergency room for that was for your stomach as well, right?
I think so. Because he was the one who recommended that we see the GI doctor.
Yeah, and
we're like, well, where's the GI doctor? And he just pointed to one in the facility. So we came back the next day, and at some point we realized that was like the public health system, and that wasn't a great experience.
No, the first part of it was good, and I know Al-Yaz I think he cut his hand really badly, and he had to go to the emergency room, and everything went really well. They took care of it. But when it came to like going to see the specialist, so we went, with yours, you had your stomach problem. We went in, got to see a doctor in the emergency area, and they took care of you, and there was no charge for any of this. But then the next day when we went to go see the specialist, it was just like there was a line of people. And
it wasn't a line; it was a mob.
Yeah, it didn't seem like anything was happening, and eventually, Andrea was having back problems as well, so we didn't want to stand there.
We stood there for about an hour, and we were like first in line, but eventually a bunch of people came, and they were wedging themselves in front of us, like everyone was ready for that door to open, and they were all just going to like whoever could get in first.
Yeah.
And it was hot. There's no air conditioning down there in this basement office, and we couldn't communicate with anyone to find out when they were even going to open. We thought they were going to open an hour earlier.
Yeah.
And finally, I was like, forget this. We're going. I found the GI doctor online in Tirana, and we're like, we'll go next week. And
yeah, so that was a much better experience. And and for me, it was recommended by you. It's your back doctor, the physiotherapist.
My physiotherapist in Tirana, and I've talked about this practice before. It's called the Physio Center. I can't recommend them enough because they treat my neck and back, and they do treatments that actually help like put bulging discs back in place. And doctors in the U.S. basically just told me my options were like surgery, really. And they didn't really give me other options. So they offer like treatments that you just can't find in the U.S. really.
Yeah.
And it's been, I've gone from debilitating back pain to being really healthy in just a few appointments. So anyway, I recommended him for your foot problem.
She did, and we went and saw him, and he took a look at my foot and did some adjustments on my calf. If anybody out there has ever had an issue with metatarsalgia, a lot of the times it can be caused by cramping or tightness in your calf muscle, causing tension on the tendons on the bottom of your foot. So my pain was like between the balls of my feet, like the toe next to my big toe, in that joint area. And so he did some extensive work on my calf, and he said I had a contraction there in my calf muscle that had been there for a very long time. Like he said, the contraction of my calf muscle was older than him. So he worked on that, and there was an ultrasonic machine that they put me on, and then some kind of pulse wave air machine that massaged my foot, my calf muscle, and
it's a pretty comprehensive appointment. I mean, it was
yeah,
about an hour and 15 or 20 minutes.
right. And we went twice.
And the cost was 4,000 lek, which is about $45-50.
Yeah, so about $50 a visit, and then he also sent me, to try and determine like what the problem is. He sent me to another doctor, and that was for an echo sound, so like an ultrasound on my foot, and also a blood test to determine whether it was like related to gout or some kind of uric acid problem.
Yeah.
And that appointment was also about I think that was €55, so $65 basically. So all said and done, $165, $170 for all that work, and
that was two appointments with the doctor,
two appointments
and
with the physiotherapist,
testing,
and the ultrasound, and the
blood
testing.
test.
Yeah. So the blood testing came back good, which is always, I don't know if anybody out there, like when you have your blood test, you're always worried you're going to get like some crazy results. It's like, oh, I've got some kind of cancer. I guess you just have a lot of anxiety, but that's, I always get nervous when I have a blood test done, because you just never know what you're going to get. It's like, oh, my lymphocytes are way off the chart. What's going on? But it came back normal. My uric acid was a little high, but I mean, actually it wasn't high. It was in range.
Higher end of the range.
It was like
still within range.
Yeah, like the upper 75th percentile of what's considered normal.
But the scan showed what? Little pockets of fluid or something?
So the scan showed a lot of pockets of fluid around the joint, which is just indicative of that's what inflation is. Inflammation.
I was like, yeah.
So that's basically what inflammation is. So he didn't, he determined that I didn't have any kind of pull or rupture in my tendon, which I was worried like maybe I had torn my tendon a little bit, or I potentially, when you do your own research on Google, like you go through all the possible things it could be. So a microfracture was something that my symptoms also seemed to be correlated with.
Google diagnosing.
Well, all you go through. There's like 5 different things.
I do that too.
And there were a few that were like, okay, well, this basically fits my symptoms, and those were the 2 I was worried the most about, because those obviously would take the longest to heal. So we were able to determine that it was not a torn or pulled tendon, and it was not a microfracture, and it was just a lot of inflammation, which basically the physiotherapist told me is like a bad footwear. So my sneakers are like a year old, because I'm a miser and I don't like spending money on shoes. So I needed to get new shoes. He also said I have flat feet, so I don't have good arch support. So I'm putting, when I walk, and Andrea and I are both, we're hikers, and we really love walking.
Plus, you just have to walk to live here. We don't have cars. We walk to every store. You live in the village, so you walk to the bus stop. We're just always on our feet.
Yeah, and always with a backpack too, because that's my trunk. So every time I go food, I'm always carrying tons of extra weight on me. So flat feet, overuse, and bad shoes, leading to some arthritis issues, and that's basically what it came down to. It gave me some anti-inflammatories. Gave me a regime of icing, and now I'm just on the road to recovery. And it's slow going, but it is considerably better than it was like 4 days. Like 4 days ago, like I was literally had to like almost walk on one foot and hobble, like just going to the bathroom.
How long has it been now since you had to?
It was Thanksgiving.
That's right.
It was the morning after Thanksgiving when I woke up and was like, oh shit, like my foot is like in bad shape. So that's basically what our experience was. So the private healthcare here has been really superb, very efficient.
It is efficient.
The pricing has been amazing.
And those prices, like when we're talking about the GI doctor and this physiotherapist, that's on the higher end of pricing here. Yeah. These are probably some of the best doctors in the country. Like I know there's a physical therapist in Pogradec that charges $1,500 lek per visit. I didn't have the best experience there, but other people have. So maybe it was just my issue, or maybe there's communication problems. But 4,000 is, I think, very affordable. But also, again, that's on the higher end.
Yeah. So the places we went in Tirana, her physio, and I guess now mine as well, physiotherapist, our physiotherapist,
Yeah.
and the other doctor where I got the blood test and the ultrasound. Very modern facilities, very high tech,
Yeah.
very clean and nice and comfortable.
Very professional.
Extremely
when you're
professional.
sitting in the waiting room, they give you coffee.
Yeah, it was really. I'm surprised they didn't give us rakia.
Probably could have used some. Oh, Tim's here. Hey, Tim.
So I don't know what having ultrasound, work like like a mini MRI is like in the U.S. Cost wise, but I bet it's combined with a blood test. I guarantee it's not $55. So
no, it's not.
And it was very quick. We made an appointment the same day. I think I made the appointment at like 10 o'clock in the morning. They told me they could see me at 3. Showed up at 3. I was probably in there by 3:15. They did the work. We were out of there by, 3:45.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And I got the results that night.
Yeah.
So very efficient. Was very happy with the way everything went. And my foot's feeling better. So, yeah.
And now we know what we're dealing with.
And now we know what we're dealing with. And we can treat it appropriately, which is basically rest and ice and anti-inflammatories until it's better. And then, slowly work my way back into it. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very high marks for physio center.
Yeah. I can't recommend that place enough.
I can't think of the other doctor's name off the top of my head. It was Edmund something who does the ultrasound work.
Do you remember the name? Oh.
It was, I don't, but it doesn't matter. It's long story short, we're very happy with the medical care that we received, and both Andrea and I have now had to deal with the medical system and have been really, really impressed and very happy with the results.
Yeah.
So that'll take us to the last thing we have, I think, to discuss, because while we were in Tirana, and for those of you who don't know, Tirana is the capital city, and like many capital cities, it's the biggest city in the country, and it is like a food lover's paradise.
Good food.
I've had the best sushi of my life there, I think, ironically.
Yeah.
Everything, anything you can imagine. Chinese food, Japanese food, traditional Albanian food, of course. Thai food. And doesn't, they have everything.
Yeah.
There's even a Peruvian restaurant I saw.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I have to check that out next time. But, so we had, a few good meals there. Had some great tacos, which were strange because they didn't taste like they were different than like what a Mexican taco would taste like, but they were exquisite.
They were really good, but not like I almost feel like they should have had a different name because it was like something different. I mean, it looked like a taco, but it just had different things.
And this wasn't at a Mexican restaurant. It was at a restaurant that had like kind of a broad menu of different things.
Yeah.
So they weren't like trying to be authentic Mexican. But I saw tacos on the menu. And I was like, we'll try what their tacos are like. Man, good, really.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So.
Oh, in the American restaurant.
Well, that was what the main our main thing was going to be. So, so we also saw there's an American restaurant there called Spaghetti Western, and if you go to my channel and look at my shorts, I did a short of it so you can kind of see the interior. It's got like Native American stuff and Western stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
They did a very good job with the decor.
Yeah,
they even have like ponchos and cowboy hats like you can
you put on.
You can borrow to wear while you're there, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think that's cute. Nobody was wearing them.
Nobody was wearing them. Well, the people that came in when we were leaving, they were trying the hats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was really, really fun.
And the food was great.
Yeah, I've been talking for a while, so why don't you talk about the food a little bit?
Oh, well, I broke my rule and I ordered the same thing I got last time I was there, and I really wanted to try something new, but this salad was so good. It was a pulled pork, I guess.
Yeah, pulled pork barbecue.
Just pulled pork barbecue on a salad and with barbecue sauce. And you just don't find a lot of food like that here in Albania. Like not a lot of barbecue sauce, but it was just excellent. And the portion was huge. It was a massive salad.
Yeah, and the barbecue sauce wasn't, it was a unique, I thought the flavor was unique, and it was.
I didn't. I thought it was very barbecue saucy.
Did you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like.
It was a little smoky, a little sweet.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like a jarred barbecue sauce. I mean, it was like,
Probably homemade.
Yeah, like a homemade. It was.
It had a smokiness to it, but that might have just been from the meat.
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was so good. What did you get?
I got a chicken fried steak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that was good with French fries.
Yeah. Oh, the French fries were so good.
I was a little disappointed. It did not come with if you get chicken fried steak in the U.S., it usually comes with like a white gravy, and it didn't come with that. But the flavor of the steak itself.
It was really good.
And then our drinks.
Oh, we got mulled wine, which neither of us had ever tried before. Yeah. And so that was like a warm, herby wine. But I think there was something else in there, maybe brandy or something.
Yeah, you were saying you thought it had.
I know for a fact it did. I'm very sensitive to alcohol. He didn't taste it, but there was some kind of liquor and red wine and some herbs.
Yeah, there's like cinnamon and clove, and then
maybe allspice.
Yeah, a slice of orange was in there as well.
Yeah, and it had sugar around the rim.
Yeah.
And it was interesting.
It was interesting.
You liked it more than I did. It's a little strong for me.
Like if you were to tell me, oh, you can have mulled wine or Pinot Noir, I'll take the Pinot. But it was like do something different, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
I struggled to get mine down.
I helped.
You had to help. It was strong.
So yeah, it was good, and we had a really good experience there. And again,
I went there once with Jesse months and months ago, and he got one of their burgers. It's called the Tatanka burger. There's a lot of like movie themed dishes, but anyway, it was probably the best hamburger we've ever had in Albania. It was huge and it was fantastic. It was so good.
Yeah, so we'll move on to that next. But yeah, if you're interested, on my channel, which is what you're watching now, you can go to my shorts, and I made a short about it. It's like 10 seconds long, just kind of showing the inside of the restaurant, our food, our drinks, and the decor of the restaurant.
Yeah,
it was really cool. But we'll get to the negative, as you brought up the best burger in Albania, because that is rare. We have had
finding a good
burger here is really difficult.
It's hard. It's hard. You can find burgers, but finding one that an American style burger is kind of hard.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we ordered one in Tirana. We were at a nice place, and Jesse ordered one, and it came, and they set the plate down. All you could see was the bun. I was like, "Is there a burger in there?" You pick it up, and there's this little thin patty in there.
Yeah, and it's not like all ground beef. I don't know if they mix it with pork. I mean, it's like it's almost like a blonde color a lot.
They use it's like you said,
maybe
it's
sawdust.
Like
I mean, like seriously, like not good. Like my first few burgers, and I'm very Eurocentric, but I am American when it comes to burgers. I like a good burger. I can't.
Yeah.
That's part of my heritage as an American. So I love a good burger, and I was excited to trying a burger in Albania, and the first 8 that I had in different places were all just pretty horrible.
But we found some good ones.
We did find some good ones. There are 2 places in town that supposedly have good ones. We've eaten at one of them.
Yeah.
And it was superb, and that's Cafine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're
closed.
They're closed in the winter.
They're so sad.
Yeah, their interior seating is really small. I think there's only 2 tables inside, and the rest of the restaurant is outdoor seating. So they can't be open in the winter. And their burger was really fantastic. And then there's another place in town that is supposedly, we were told, also has a good burger, but
by the cafe people.
By the waiter at the cafe, because we're like, oh, your burger's so good. Like, oh, this other place down here also has a good burger. Given business to their competition, or trying to.
Yeah.
But,
have you ever tried the burger at Byzantine? Don't they have a burger?
I have not tried it at Byzantine.
I bet it's good.
I don't remember there being one there.
For some reason, I feel like they have one. But I could be wrong.
No, I think
it's a steakhouse.
No offense, but I think you are, because I think we talked about that, and then one day we were walking by, and the menu was sitting on the table on the outdoor seating.
I remember this.
We're like, oh, let's look and see, and then
they didn't have it.
There wasn't. I don't think. Now maybe we were looking for something else, but that's how I remember it.
Jesse and I went to a really good steakhouse in Tirana that had a really good one, but it was that place that I can't remember what it's called. It's gone now. anyway is food. So
yeah, so if you're in Albania and you're looking for a good burger, beware, because they are hard to find.
But Spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti Western in
They
Tirana.
have the Tatanka burger.
Cafina here in Pogradec.
Yeah.
I give very high marks. So
Jeff says he found a good burger in Bloke, and that's where we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So the physio center is right next to this
American restaurant.
This American restaurant. Yeah, and that's in Bloke or Bloku. It's just a small neighborhood in the center of Tirana, and they have just excellent food.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a bad meal in Tirana. Tirana's a very good foodie city. If you like food. Yeah. Always good stuff. If you go to the more touristy places, it can be a little pricey. Not by American standards, but by our current standards.
Yeah.
It can be a bit pricey, but never bad.
Yeah. Jesse and I, when we first moved to Tirana, we went to some of the touristy areas like the castle. So there's an old castle ruin. The interior is turned into all these fancy touristy restaurants. And we've gone there for some really nice meals, but they were expensive by Albanian standards. So we'd spend $50 to $60, which we joke was what we used to spend at Applebee's for the two of us, which is true. So for the price of what we used to spend at Applebee's, we have these really nice meals. But again, that's really pricey. You can do a lot better on pricing if you stay out of the touristy.
But it is kind of neat to, like, you go into the old castle, which I think was originally a Byzantine castle, and they've kind of redone it, and and then you go into the interior of it, and there's like this nice windy walkway, and there's gelato stands and a multitude of restaurants, and I've eaten there twice. There's a Turkish place in there I ate at, and then an Albanian traditional place that I ate at. It was just like actually, both the Turkish and the Albanian place they don't have menus. It's just, you have like 5-course meals. And this is like, you get like 3 selections of like 5-course meals. So you can do selection A, B, or C.
Yeah.
And then you just, you get their appetizer, that salad, that particular meat dish, and sides and so forth. And excellent. Both times, really good. But yeah, like $30 a person. Which is
that's high for here. Yeah. Sorry, I know we've skipped over a lot of comments. We're not doing a good job of keeping up with those today, so I do apologize. But I'm looking down at the bottom here. Jeff says, "Yeah, my favorite burger place is in Bloku, closed, but I found many in the area." Yeah. Jeff says, "Rewind to tacos. Don't tease me with." Where else did we see tacos? It wouldn't surprise me if that Western place has tacos on the menu. They did.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to try.
They had tacos and they had. It was it was Western Tex-Mex. So they had tacos.
We have to make a point to try those tacos next time.
Yeah, and this is one of the problems with living away from the capital and going there for special occasions, for things we have to do. You've got to decide where to eat, and it's really hard. It's like, oh, we just ate there last time. Shouldn't we try a new place?
We have to try the tacos. We've been trying to find tacos in Albania.
Well, I think
everybody is. We have to do this for everyone.
So I will do that with you. But my vote is that we try and find a specifically Mexican restaurant next time. There's got to be.
Don't think that exists there.
So if any of you know if there's an actual Mexican restaurant in Tirana, we would love to hear it.
Chronicon Albania, I love your guys' videos of our medieval churches. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us. So glad you're here. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos.
Appreciate it. And hopefully, my channel is mostly focused on ancient history, not just churches, but Greco-Roman history, and even to some degree, some more modern stuff. So that means a lot to me, and I'm going to try and bring out as much as possible. That's kind of what my goal is here, is to create a lot of mini documentaries on history, not just of Albania, but all the surrounding countries, Greece as well. I have a video on Castoria, and natural places. So every time we visit like a national park or something like that, we'll try and do a video on it. And then the rest of my channel is kind of just like my life here and some other experiences, and then guitar. And I'm also a photographer, so I'm going to try and do a little bit more photography. And you kind of focus on your budget here, your day-to-day life, and hiking. So
yeah, and I've dabbled a little bit into talking about becoming a digital nomad as well.
yeah.
So I have multiple niches.
And Andrea's channel is New Life Albania. So if you're subscribed to my channel and not hers, please give her a subscribe. And yeah, you can get, she's very good about showing what her budget is here and everything like that. And yeah, that's really useful information for people.
Yeah, and I have some videos. Well, the next video coming out is going to be our trip to Berlin. But then after that, I do have a new video coming out about digital nomad life. I have some new suggestions for people looking to become digital nomads. There's some pretty good ideas for remote work. And I haven't done a budget video in a while, so that's due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
We probably do. We're pretty far gone here. Do you want me to go back, or you want me to just stay down here?
Dan says he liked the short on spaghetti western. Thanks, appreciate that.
Tim wants to know, can we buy ground beef here? And yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there are a lot of really good butchers here, and you just tell them how much you want, and they cut off a chunk of meat and they grind it for you.
Yeah.
We haven't had a lot of luck of selecting specific cuts.
No.
There's kind of a communication error there. They just give you whatever they give you, but it's been really good.
Yeah, I've gotten ground beef several times to make things. I have never got a steak. I've gotten steaks at restaurants, but I've never actually asked for a sirloin or a ribeye from a butcher. So I don't know how that experience would go.
Yeah.
People have told me that that's not necessarily how it works. I'm not sure. We'll have to.
Yeah.
We'll do a video on that. We'll do a quest for a ribeye or something.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
But that is the other amazing burgers in Albania are the ones that I've made with the fresh ground beef.
Yes,
you forgot to bring those up.
You have made me amazing burgers. You've made me really good tacos, and you have made me really good sushi with the imitation crab meat and stuff like that. So it's been great.
I feed them.
She does feed me. Yeah. I feed her too, though.
This is true. Yeah, you've made me the best potatoes I've ever had in my entire life. Now I won't make potatoes for you ever because yours were so good.
And carbonara.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was way better than the one we got at the restaurant. Okay. So what do you want me to do? You want me to go back and try to grab questions? Or?
Let's see.
Chronic on Albania. Are you guys staying in Albania for a while? Yes. So we both have our residency permits, and Craig has recently reapplied to get yours renewed.
Yeah, so the first part of this video, kind of talk about that a little bit. I'm in the process of renewing my residency permit, and that's just moving along slowly. But I own a home here. That's where we're at right now, in a village outside Pogradec, Shati Zervas, or also Shati Gastenyas. The village has two different names from two different eras. Some people call it Zervask. Some people call it Gastenyas. It just depends on who you ask. And Andrea has an apartment in the city proper, in the big metro district of
the big metro.
So.
I'm just kind of scanning back through some of the comments. I do apologize. We're not going to read them all. Jeff says, so someone mentioned a birthday is coming up quick. Yes. So Jesse has a birthday next week.
Yes.
He turns 17. So I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. You must have heard somewhere through the grapevine. But yeah, we're planning on, I think we're just going to invite everyone who is around to come hang out at Triada and have pizza and celebrate Jesse's last year of being a minor.
Yeah, kids getting old.
Yeah.
I'm applying for Social Security soon.
I'm going to warn you now. I'm going to be a mess. I will cry, just so you know.
Oh, well, that's
standard.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for you. When we were in Germany, she liked the grocery store so much she nearly broke down into tears. So it doesn't take much to move.
That's actually true.
It's literally.
I was
joking.
I was holding back tears.
Like,
I haven't seen
grocery stores. So, oh my God, they have so nice, and they have so much stuff, and the prices. Look at the prices. Yeah.
They had options.
German grocery shopping is fantastic.
It's fantastic. All right. Alia says I can't remember who brought this up, but he says he got bit by a dog.
Oh.
And his experience in the public hospital was good. And yeah, I would agree. we just go there twice.
Initial
I can't remember what.
I think you got cut or something, right?
I can't even remember, but we've been there twice, and both times that we went to like the ER or the urgent care center was really good. It was when we tried to go to the specialist the next day that we had an issue.
It was kind of a mess.
That was kind of a shit show. Yeah. Parking at American Hospital 2 is $300 left. I did not know that. I've been to American Hospital number 2.
Spider Webster wants to know the name of the doctor. His first name is, ironically, it's Andrea. I think so. He probably pronounced it
it's
Andrea
Settembrini. Dr. Settembrini at the Physio Center in Bloku.
Yeah, excellent.
Next to Spaghetti Western.
Yeah, so you can go get yourself a burger or some tacos at Spaghetti Western, and then run over to the Physio Center for an adjustment.
And they'll fix you up.
Really nice guy, very professional, knows his stuff.
And you know what? The entire time that I've lived here in Albania, their staff has not changed. So that says something. That's a good sign. Everybody that's been there, those 2 young ladies and that young guy, like they've been there since I've been there.
Yeah, can't recommend Physio Center enough. They should comp our visits for.
I have recommended a few clients to them.
I ask them if they'll sponsor my YouTube channel, maybe. Really good stuff. Very professional, very clean. Machines were great, modern, and fantastic.
I'm glad you contacted.
And I feel better.
Yeah. Let's see.
Glad I got answers. Foot pain is so inconvenient. Yeah, it's one thing if you hurt another part of your body, but if you hurt one of your feet, it's really you get really incapacitated, and it's depressing. Like I said, I've had a problem like that before, and it can get really depressing not being able to move around and get things done. And I'm just lucky that Andrea is in my life, and she was so good about taking care of me.
I don't know what you would have done.
I would have just suffered. I would have just dealt with it, and then and probably pushed myself to do the things I needed to do, and I wouldn't be getting better.
Because you wouldn't be resting.
Lucky to you, you let me just be a complete bum and just lay on the couch and have my foot up and iced, and you
bring you peas to put on your foot.
Bring me frozen peas to put on
Bring you coffee.
Bring me coffee, and even once I had coffee, and I was like, "Hey, can I have another coffee?" And she made it for me, so it was really sweet. Very lucky.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be here for you, because I know how much your life requires just running around here. Everything we do is on foot. That is something that's always concerned me. It's what happens when we get injured, and we have to physically walk to get all our groceries and to pay our bills and all that.
We're playing with the idea of one of us getting a car at some point here, and I've been strongly kind of against it just because of the cost and dealing with residency permits every year. What if I get denied next year? I just bought a car, and it's things like that. But after this experience, and the cause of this experience, which is me constantly carrying a backpack packed full of stuff to go from your house back to here, or to go to the grocery store back to here. I'm always carrying a heavy backpack full of gear and stuff. So
we can get to the trailheads a lot easier. So we do a lot of hiking, and the buses don't run to a lot of these places that we go to. So we end up cabbing it or renting a car. And either way, it's been pretty expensive doing that.
So when you add up all of that,
and the hassle of getting the car,
sometimes
communicating with that guy, even though he's a great guy. I mean, it can be a hassle. Sometimes he doesn't respond, and
he's been out of town a couple times. When we needed a car, and I have a guy here who I rent a car from, and he's really great. So if anybody's ever visiting and you need to rent a car, I can hook you up with him, and he's just been fantastic. So normally when I need to rent a car, actually always when I need to rent a car, I go to him. But that means, he's not right in the center of town. So then I have to walk to his place to get the car.
And then walk to a separate place to get insurance if we're crossing the border, right?
Yeah. So well, that's kind of an interesting subject. So if you rent a car here in Albania, and you're like, we're going to rent a car in Pogradec, and we're going to go to North Macedonia and go visit Ohrid, or we're going to go over to Castoria in Greece. We're going to go do this. It's you can't just do that. You have to go to an insurance place in town and get separate insurance to take the car into a foreign country. So you can't.
Now, you do have the option of trying to cross the border without it, but then they'll charge you at the border, and it's more expensive. Is that right?
Yeah. So, for instance, if you're in Pogradec, you rent a car and you want to go to Ohrid, The best option is to go in town to one of the insurance places, and it's like $15, I think, and it lasts for 7 days, I believe. And that gives you your car insurance to go into North Macedonia. So you're covered. You go to the border, you present them with this little green piece of paper, and they, that's no big problem. Now, if you go straight to the border without that, there is an option that you can get the green paper, the green, they call it a green card, the green card there for your insurance. But the one time I did that and the internet was down, so they're like, oh, you can't do anything. So I had to drive all the way back into town and find an insurance place. Plus,
and that happens pretty frequently.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And when you do it at the border, it's double the price. So it was like €30. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're ever in Albania and you want to cross borders, you're going to need to have some additional insurance for your rental car. And some rental agencies won't let you cross borders too. So you need to make sure before you rent the car that you specifically ask, hey, I'm going to Saranda or to Vlor and I want to take the ferry over to Greece with the car. They might be like, no, you can't do that. Or they'll be like, oh, you have to get this additional insurance. So that's
it's my understanding that a lot of the rental car companies, at least in Tirana, maybe some of the bigger cities, have a minimum requirement of a 3-day rental. Whereas here in Pogradec, this guy, he doesn't require that. We can just rent it for the day, which has been nice.
Yeah. So he charges, well, I'm not going to say what he charges. He might charge, I think he takes good care of me. But he's a really good guy and he has good vehicles, which is important. So that's a really good resource for us to have. But when you have to rent a car anytime, I need to get a large load of groceries. Like I can't put like water in my backpack. So if I want to get like water that isn't tap water, I want seltzer or something like that, or beer or anything like that, it's a lot of weight. So normally at least once a month I'll rent a car. And we'll go do some shopping, go into town, go to the hardware store, and get the things that are hard to carry. We combine that with any time we want to go on a trip somewhere, like we want to go to Ohrid or we want to go to Maliathate on the North Macedonian side. We go hiking. You got to rent a car. You start adding up the cost of that and constantly taking public transportation and the temporal costs. So constantly running to catch a bus. If you miss the bus and you're waiting another 30 minutes at least, and then you get, that bus will take you to the bus terminal, and then you might have to wait for, like, say you're going to Tirana. It's like, well, that bus might not leave for another 30 minutes. And one time we had to wait an hour. Or you get there and the bus is full, and they're like,
or you're walking to my place, which is a 15-minute walk.
Yeah, so you end up spending an insane amount of time just navigating the bus system, which, look, it's way better than the U.S. If you have to live here without a car, you can do it. We've both done it for a year now, over a year. So it's been fantastic, and I'm extremely appreciative of it. And I really love taking public transportation when I can. But we're both very busy. We have a lot going on, and there are times when it just gets a little inconvenient, and you want to pull your hair out, and you rush, and you're just trying to get to the bus stop, and you get the bus, and then you get to the terminal. You're like, oh, I got an appointment in Tirana, and then you get on the Tirana bus, and like, oh, we're full. The next bus is an hour from now.
Yeah, that's what happened. And I've had to cancel appointments, or there was one appointment I had to get to the physio center, and because my back was hurting, I was like, well, the bus, one of them broke down or something, and I couldn't make it in time, so I grabbed a cab, and that was a $110 cab ride. Yeah, so we're both kind of thinking about one of us getting a car sometime in the near future. And my foot has really made me rethink my philosophy about it, because it's even like getting home the other day. Like I still have like an eighth of a mile walk from the bus stop to my house. What if there's an emergency and we're out here and it's the middle of the night or something? Right. They're not going to catch a bus, and you might not get a hold of your cab driver. Exactly. And the bus stops running at 5 o'clock too. So, I mean, it's not like, oh, we'll go into town for the day and then we'll stay out for dinner and have drinks and, meet up with friends and do whatever. And then it's like, oh, well, then you have to take a cab back. If you can find a cab. After 10 o'clock, there's no cabs either. So, I'm basically stuck in town, which luckily I just crashed at your place. But before you were around, it's like, oh, you get stuck there. It's like I would walk all the way from town back to my house. Which is like a 45-minute hike in the dark. So,
Not fun.
Not fun. Sorry again that we've missed a lot of comments. Tim says, happy birthday to Jesse. I'll definitely pass on the message. He was supposed to be in the live stream today, but he didn't. He never shows up.
He never shows up. He's shy about being on our live stream.
Yeah, he was going to be in the comments, though.
Oh, yeah.
I texted him, and he's ignoring me.
Yeah.
Aliad says, get a Suzuki Jimmy.
I would love a Suzuki Jimmy or a Suzuki Samurai. That would be like, actually, my dream car is actually, I call it a Russian Jeep car. It's this Russian 4x4 called a Lada Niva, and they're very rugged and they're quite inexpensive.
We always see a lot of them in North Macedonia.
We see a lot of them in North Macedonia and maybe the former Yugoslavia and stuff, but you don't see many of them here. And of course, the other problem is it's Russian. So, like, if you need spare parts, the way things are going these days with that country, that would be an issue. But I would love like a 20-year-old Lada Niva. Like, literally, I think it comes with like a toolkit with like 20 tools, and you can break the entire vehicle down with this toolkit. It's like it's very much up my alley. It's like no frills, roll down windows. You can break the entire car down with like a screwdriver and a wrench, and very easy to work on and very rugged. So yeah, but in lieu of that, like a Suzuki Samurai or something would be, or a Jimmy would be perfect for us. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If not that, then maybe like a hatchback or something that's really gas efficient.
Yeah.
For those of you in the States who are watching, fuel in pretty much everywhere in the world other than like Saudi Arabia and the US is really expensive. So I think right now it's probably like $5 a gallon or maybe even $6 a gallon or something like that. It's like 180 per liter. So yeah, so the fuel over here is pretty expensive.
All right. Jeff says he found that all cuts are top shelf butchers. Or that we must have been talking about meat at that time. Yeah, we've had some really good luck with the meat here. Chronicon, Albania. Lucky my family is Albanian, but we live in Macedonia, so I've been trying to get my Albanian citizenship.
Oh, nice. Where are you at in Macedonia? I love Macedonia. It's like Albania. It's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous country. Really nice people too. Really good food.
Yeah. And Jeff says next trip.
Next trip. That's to be determined. Right now, like we just got back from Germany, where I had some work done. So
I'd really like to get to Saranda in this spring.
Yeah. So the next trip will probably be domestic. It'll be somewhere here in Albania.
Yeah.
My parents are coming in a few days from now.
Yeah.
And we'll see how my foot's doing. So I'll probably travel around with them a little bit. My aunt Bonnie is coming, so that's exciting. Unfortunately, I've got this foot issue, which is kind of putting a damper on that. But our next trip together will probably be somewhere domestic here in Albania.
All right. Do you want me to keep reading, or
do we have any other?
I've skipped around. I've missed a lot of comments.
Vespa was such a benefit. Oh yeah. So Dan, he has a Vespa, and he just recently purchased a Fiat Panda 4x4. That'd be a good option too.
Yeah.
How are you liking that Panda? Is that you enjoying it so far? That's really cool. I like those. I love Fiats. They're apparently like hard to work on, but they're nice cars.
Jeff says he thinks the car would be money well spent. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it would just solve a lot of issues for us.
Yeah, it's life's been expensive lately, so it's a little difficult. Germany, the vasectomy, and now my foot thing. The medical care was cheap, but we had to go to the capital, hotels, eating out every day. It adds up. It adds up. So we'll see. It's one of those things we're just debating back and forth. But a car would be really nice for one of us.
All right. Well, do you want to wrap it up? We've been on here for an hour.
Are there any other questions?
I've missed so many. I've just been scanning over everything.
Maybe go
up more?
No, down more. Like there's a bunch of stuff down there. We can recommend Michelle, who is Dan's wife, says they can recommend the Fiat Panda. Theirs is a 2009. They bought it in Durres. Yeah, so that would be a good option for us. We would like that.
You said it wasn't horribly expensive.
So Jeff says bar restaurant Serendipity. The Mexican was a place I found. Not great, but if you're desperate for margaritas, very tasty.
Nice.
Yeah, well, if anybody knows a great Mexican restaurant in Toronto, let us know.
I would go with mediocre.
I don't need bad tacos.
Oh, come on. We would try any tacos right now, I think. Spider Webster says, yeah, this is why I haven't seen enough of the country. I haven't wanted to rent a car or a driver to go places that are off the beaten path. Hope I can get a recumbent e-trike to get around. Yeah, I hear you. It gets really expensive when you don't have a car and you just want to like bebop around a little bit. And that's what we ran into before we were renting cars. Jesse and I were taking these cabs everywhere and it got really expensive.
Yeah, and Al Yaz is pooing on my Russian Jeep car Lada Niva by saying that it's really high consumption, like 25 to
Don't burst his
30
bubble.
liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, like maybe I'll try and find one that's got an engine problem and like see if I can get like a Toyota or Honda engine to drop in that thing. That would be really sweet. But yeah, raining on my parade there. Oh yeah, it's my dream car. I mean, it's ugly, but it's like it's the most practical car in the world minus the fuel consumption. But if you want like a 4x4 jacked up car that's just easy to work on and convenient, I don't think it can be beat.
Dan says they got their 2009 for 4,500 euros. That's not horrible.
Has anyone talked about onions on the soles of your feet to reduce inflammation? No, that's as a biologist, I'll tell you that's an old wives' tale.
No, it works.
It does?
It does work.
Okay, well.
I'm with you, Jeff. He doesn't believe in anything that's not out of a box.
Show me a peer-reviewed article.
All right. Our gas station is plentiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very common. Yeah. No problem finding gas here.
Whew, fuel is close to $8 a gallon.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. So maybe the lot of Niva's out. So
Jeff says it's a thing in Japan.
Oh, so if the Japanese do it, it must be right.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. They have fantastic health.
And well, look at the yen. So anybody who follows monetary policy, Japanese aren't perfect.
They're healthier. They have blue zones.
What else?
I think that's
it.
We're at the end. And again,
Okay.
I know I've skipped around a ton, and I apologize for not doing a good job today keeping up with all the comments.
If we missed
usually
any,
I do better, but
you usually do agree. You do a great job every time. So, I mean, look, we're both trying to talk and
I
go
didn't
back
have
and
any
forth.
coffee. I tried tea today. My brain is just it's not awake.
Yeah. Well, you get like I do like 5% of the looking at comments and responding to them. You really do the heavy lifting there. So always appreciate Andrea taking care of me, watching the comments, and it's always fun to do these live streams.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for coming. We really appreciate all of you.
Yeah, we really do. We appreciate your viewership. Andrea's channel is New Life Albania, and my channel, you're on it. So if you'd like history and some other things in Albania, my life here, and so forth, a couple music videos as well. Please watch those and subscribe and ring the bell and like and comment and all those things.
All those things.
And we appreciate y'all, and thanks for joining us. And for those of you that we know personally, we look forward to seeing you again in the near future. And
for those of you that we don't, we hope you come back.
Yeah. Always, if you're in Pogradec, Albania, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to drop us a line or send us or leave a comment on one of our videos on YouTube and say, hey, I'm in Pogradec. Would you guys like to have a beer or a cup of coffee or whatever? And unless we can't, we try to make time.
We try.
For that
I can't always.
Yeah,
sometimes I can't make the schedule, but we'll try.
Yeah, if it's possible, we'll try to meet up with whoever we can, and we always enjoy it. And it's fun meeting new people. So yeah, thanks again, everyone.
Thanks,
We're gonna wrap it up. And thank you, Andrea, for being on my channel and doing the comments and taking care of me and my foot and just being a wonderful partner. And good night, everybody. Not in the mirror.
Not in the mirror.